Hey, welcome to this Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts gameplay video. If you love the era of naval warfare when castles of steel ruled the waves, then don't miss a minute of what's coming up. Hey, welcome. It's time to play some Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. We're going to do another user request, viewer request. Had someone ask me to do the Regia Marina Roma, which is a Vittorio Veneto class battleship, if I remember correctly. She has an interesting history. As best I can tell, she saw no real combat until she was sunk by the Germans after the Italian armistice, and that's a interesting story that I'm not going to try to fill in here. But we're going to try to build her, and I already have, and it's one of those things where we probably can't get her just right. The hulls just don't seem to be there for it. We can get close. We can get real close, and then we can go place. So what do you say we pretend that shortly after her launch in 1942, she and other elements of the Regia Marina are used to try to escort a convoy to North Africa, and the British intercept with some ships. I'll figure that out as we go. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the custom battle builder here and get something close to right. Ugh, that was easy. I'm going to step her right up to 1940. And I'm going to play with this. It may change a bit. What I'd like to do is control the AI's tendency to throw 17 and 18-inch guns on its builds, because if I let it 1940, I promise you it'll have 12 18-inch guns or 12 17-inch guns, and the whole thing will just be silly. But we're going to try to defend this convoy of, I don't know, half dozen transports with a battleship, a couple heavy cruisers, 4 destroyers. We'll give the British battleship a battle cruiser, maybe a heavy cruiser, and boy, that's a tough one. That battle cruiser really throws a wrinkle into this balance that I'm trying to strike here. Maybe we ought to just go ahead and give her a couple of light cruisers and a couple of destroyers. And okay, here's a promise. I'm about to end the video or put a cut in the video and go try to build her and play with it. And I might, 10,000 meters, definitely not. I just might change this up a little bit. You never can tell, and I can't promise you what this is going to look like, because one of the things I'm going to do is jump in and look at what can be built. Basically, I'm going to look and see when I can cut 17 inches out of the game and try to keep this thing something somewhat more interesting. Anyway, I'm babbling along. So what do you say I go ahead and get this done and play with this a little bit until I feel good about it, and then we'll be off and running. But hey, before we do, let's do the YouTube ritual, which is I sit here on a Saturday morning with not nearly enough coffee in me, and I build these videos. And if you like the video, then you're part of the deal is that you subscribe, like, share, and comment, or at least please consider doing so. That helps the channel a bunch. I put a lot of work into this, and it's nice to see that people appreciate it. So please, if you like it, show me some appreciation. And if you really like it, if you really just can't stand it, you can help me with this caffeine situation. You can buy me a cup of coffee. There's a link in the description. All right, I'll be back. With you, it will just be a moment. For me, it's going to be a little bit of work. Well, here she is. Now, some problems here. Uh, she looks about right. I think she doesn't look slender enough, my own opinion. And then some of these weapon placements are problematic. In fact, I need to go ahead and redo that completely. Let's get back into the interface and go here and place those guys there. The big problem she has is she's got this gigantic four-weight offset, and I can't figure for the life of me a way to fix that. This turret should be in more or less this position. That needs to go away. But to get a decent balance, it ought to be like way out here, which is visually and in game terms, I believe, pretty insane. I don't know it, but I can't imagine that that's inside the armored belt, which means that the only thing protecting this barbette below here is the barbette. She doesn't have the belt to protect her, and we're looking for a really good chance that that aft turret will be blown clean off of her. The game seems to have, I think I've said this before, the game seems to have a pretty significant bias toward four-weight offsets, no matter what. You can balance it in some situations, and others you just can't seem to do it. So there it is. And I think we can take her to play. Now, I did mess with the situation a bit. I wonder if I can play with this at all. I wonder if I can get this. She's a little overweight. In fact, she's a lot overweight. But you know what? As I shorten her, her four-weight offset gets worse. Wow. That's kind of interesting. I wonder why that is. We'll just lengthen her out and make her as heavy as possible. Try to get that down a little bit. Anyway, I was saying I messed with the setup. It's an not entirely, but it's a different scenario. I don't know how it's going to work out. I haven't had a chance to play test this to any extent. I'm running up on publishing deadlines, self-imposed publishing deadlines. So we're just going to get her out there and give her a try. What do you say? By the way, if you hear a bunch of racket, it's me sucking on a cough drop. I'm doing my best imitation of a tuberculosis warden here this morning. So, 1 battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, 4 destroyers, 6 transports against 1 battleship, 1 heavy cruiser, 1 light cruiser, and 6 destroyers. That's going to be scary. We shall see. I also set the British Army Empire back to like 1923. And that was just to get to a maximum of 16-inch guns. I don't know how that's going to work out. Fire control technology may be awful. I didn't give the Roma radar, which I think she probably should have had some kind of fundamental basic Gen 1 radar in 1942. I think I saw that at least the other ships of the class had received various radar across the course of their lifetime. And with her launched in 1942, I would think she'd have it built. But we're going to leave that out. And we'll just see how this... It's a game. We're going to have some fun. Well... looks like it gets started right away. And that is an older hull, no doubt about it, with really big guns. Alright, where are all my toys? Okay, heavy cruisers. Detach. She should be independent then. The heavy cruisers are 35 knotters, but they've got no torpedoes. Ooh. destroyers are 40 knotters with piles of torpedoes. 20-inch, 12.5 kilometer. Wow. 36 knots. Those guys are designed to kill the big guys. All right, Serena. And by the way, I got her named right. Haha. Serena. I have a friend whose daughter is named Serena. Probably the only person in the world I've ever met named that. Roma. Yeah, come around as hard as you can. And these guys are going to be a pain, but we're going to fix them up. Detach. 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 Aquilone. I want these guys to Indomito. Giuseppe Missouri. And the Simone Schiaffino. Alright, that's kind of a mess. Hopefully these idiots will continue on since I can't control them at all. And let's turn it up. Just out of curiosity. I'm doing it again. Yeah, I don't think she looks quite right. She just doesn't have the elegant lines that I would expect. I couldn't get a ship with this after deck the way I expected it, and perhaps I should have used a more modern hull and let the after tower. That's probably the answer. Oh well. What are you gonna do? I'm just an old guy. I'm just an old guy playing with toys. We'll see about getting better screenies later. Go. All right, Roma, don't run into your destroyers. Just barely evaded that. That was close. That would have had everybody on the bridge freaking the heck out. All right, let's attach her there to get them into a division. And this guy, I don't know who he's going to grab onto, but we're going to try. Wrong guy. That guy. That should make finding the right guy to grab onto there easier. Excellent. So now our destroyers are in two divisions. Looks like the British battleship is turning in on us. And we're off to what I hope will be an interesting fight. Look. The transports are doing stupid things. Looks like we do have a serious fire control advantage over the British. Even without our radar. It probably has to do with the modern tower. Whether that will matter or not, I don't know. It can't be good. Now, what is up with these guys? This is why I don't like having these guys in these freaking divisions, because they've just misbehaved. All right. That looks like a light cruiser. There's the big girl. There's probably the heavy. Now, I'm doing this because might as well talk about this scenario. Last time I did a what was it last time? Was it the last one I did? H-class attack on a British convoy, and the British defenders just didn't play aggressively. So now I'm gonna play aggressively. I have a feeling that probably because of the balance of power here, maybe I got that wrong. Maybe I should have cut a cruiser out or something. That the British may hang back. The AI may not bring them to the fight. Oh well. I can't wait for the campaign. The campaign is going to be where it's at. This is a problem I'm trying to solve by cutting the British technology back. Hopefully will be solved by their 8-inch gun cruisers. Excellent. Hopefully will be solved by the campaign constraints, economics, having to build more than just one ship, having to balance everything out. So just because 17-inch guns are available or 18-inch guns are available, the costs for development and employment, blah blah blah, would be really expensive and perhaps not make it less practical. Well, we may have a fire control advantage, but it's not like we're winning in a big way. Alright, now I'm starting to get worried about how aggressive I'm getting against all those destroyers. So I think what I'm going to do is... let's see, which way is this guy going? That way. Let's turn that way. That way. I am curious what my range looks like on the map, so let's go over here and then click on that, and we are just getting those guys into torpedo range, which means we may very well be in torpedo range of our antagonist here. I really want this. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to detach Serena and have her that's a light cruiser. I really would rather, I'd love to have a heavy cruiser to deal with all those destroyers, but I'm beginning to think it ain't gonna happen. Alright, we'll just engage like that. Santa Marina, Serena. And back up a little bit so we can see what's going on. Looks like the heavies are engaging. We're going to try to get between. Okay, cut those guys, slow them down a little bit. In fact, now that I think about it, we're going to have a big. We're going to have us a big destroyer fight. I really can't live with these destroyers not being harassed by my destroyers, depending on what they're doing. I may have just made a turn. It's not very useful. What are they doing? Oh, they're all going that way. Okay, well, we're just dancing to no great effect. I probably should have taken a look before I chose to maneuver. What do you think? And meanwhile, Roma is going to get left behind. This is, if it was easy, anybody could do it, right? Alright, now we're in the fight. What does this look like from down here? Remember, I gotta get thumbnails for videos somewhere. The light is far too overhead for dramatic fun with screenshots. Just gonna have to live with it. Okay, get it turned back on. Got to hit 4 keys. Yeah, speed up. You guys never, nope, speed up. Alright. Now I want you guys to engage destroyers. Just engage him. And you engage him. And my destroyers, oh, he's already taken steering hits. Nicely done. Nicely done. I think this is going to be a mess. Go. Santa Maria, you're going to get torpedoed. Yep. Thought so. Alright, I think those turn away is going to be effective. In fact, it's a little extreme. Woo! The big guys have decided to shoot. And Roma is targeting who? Somebody is losing control. Oh. Detach. Well, she got some torpedoes off, and now she's just about done. I don't know what hit her, but it was awkward. And who are you targeting? The battleship is targeting destroyers. Well, that's great. She got a heck of a hit. She settled that destroyer's hash. Alright, Serena, I need you to come back. Santa Maria, come back. Keep engaging destroyers. Roma, engage the battleship, please. We can engage destroyers with our secondaries. And she's already well, she needs to be detached, and once again I'm getting interfaced to death. She needs to be detached. She is detached. There we go. Now I got her finally paying attention to my steering orders. Okay, coming back around, engaging destroyers. Whitehead. Huh. And Roma. Awesome. Now she's hurting. All right. You guys need to slow down a little bit. Okay, our destroyers have been taking it pretty hard. There's a bunch of torpedoes in the water out there. I don't know where they are. Whoa, look at them. They're going in all directions. That's exciting. Meanwhile, we have not gotten a piece of Empress of India. Alright. And Santa Maria. Come this way. Serena, come this way. You guys, around this way. Yep, looks good. And Roma is still trying to get a piece of Empress of India. Meanwhile, the transports are milling about smartly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these two, I've just about got me a good collision going here. Fine. All right. You're engaging him, right? That's what it looks like. Looks like those destroyers are taking the worst of it. Okay, slow down, because... Oh, we got one of their destroyers. Outstanding. First blood to us. Well, first blood to them, but... There we go. First blood for the Italian side. Alright, and... tight, so they don't go out of their minds. They probably will. Never mind. I want you to detach. It's just... doing that in the middle of a fight is just asking for these guys to be doing all this kinds of nonsense. Have we touched this girl yet? Ooh, yes we have. Yes we have. I can get her selected. 4 hits, 3 ricochets, 1 penetration versus 20.3 inch. It was low and started some flooding. Well, can't be upset about that. Some torpedoes over there I don't care about. And the fight is still on. Got to worry about torpedoes. Oh yeah, this is interesting. Get these destroyers a place to go. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What happened over here? Eight-inch hits. Doesn't look like we've had much in the way. Oh, we have gotten 3 torpedo hits. Don't know who took them. Probably look around and find it. Wasn't him. Wasn't him. Oh, Empress of India. No, she's just gotten hammered at the waterline. I don't know who's been hit by torpedoes. Not him. Looks to me like Empress of India is just about done, and that my idea of maybe those torpedoes are what sank the other destroyer. My idea of trying to keep the British from having 17-inch guns is working, but it's giving them a hull that is just not able to deal with. Yeah, they're leaving. So, this fight went pretty quick. I think they can still hurt us real bad with those destroyers. Those that survived this pounding anyway. Torpedo hit. Oh, look at the torpedoes back here. I think Empress of India manages to evade them. Wow. Well, gosh. Guess who played unfair today? What is up with you? Well, the truth is, British naval intelligence would have never attacked with this force balance. You know, as I stare at it, it just wouldn't have done it. There'd have been 24 destroyers. It'd have been ugly. After all we're doing here. Look at that, she's controlling her flooding. Alright, all we're doing here is sandboxing it, right? I'm looking for an excuse. There's a couple of them. Yeah, that actually looks like it's threatening Roma. We will maneuver. Tough call. We will maneuver to evade. And is that the same torpedoes I'm just spotting? Everybody has got a problem with this right now. So the cruisers will turn this way. I think the destroyers will continue on. They've got the maneuverability to dodge, I hope. Oh, they really got some problems here because of the destroyers. That should be interesting, especially since this guy can't steer. Alright, we'll just do the best we can. We're gonna have to deal with it. For some reason she's way behind. So we'll just keep going with her. And Roma's maneuver is looking dumber all the time. But she's committed to it. Let's go. Oh, big hit. Big hit. 15-inch hit, 299 damage. Yeah, she's an unhappy camper. Yeah, we're going to have some collisions here. We may have set ourselves up for torpedo hits because of just pure confusion. Oh, we got another destroyer. Keep coming around, Roma. Yeah, this is a mess. Alright, destroyers. Out that way. Cruisers this way. And this big dummy right here is just having a big old time. Is that really a light cruiser? Yes, and he really put a torpedo in the water. Roma that way. You that way. You that way. Roma, turn, baby, turn. Meanwhile, my destroyers coming around like this. And we got torpedoes everywhere. We got to start paying attention. Thump, thump, thump. Well, this is a well and truly a mess. Oh yeah, it's a mess on that light cruiser. Alright, we've got the battleship, which means... Really? This is now just a matter of time. I'll get over here where I can see what these guys are doing. They're launching torpedoes like mad is what they're doing. Alright, we lost... Oh, she must have taken a heck of a hit. I wonder if I can figure that out. She detected torpedoes. It looks like she took a 9-inch hit that just hammered her. She may have detected torpedoes, but it didn't matter. That's not what got her. I think that heavy cruiser finished her up. Well, isn't that interesting? Alright, heavy cruiser on heavy cruiser, light cruiser on heavy cruiser on light cruiser. Destroyer there. Destroyer there. And the Roma on the heavy. And we're off. More torpedoes. Look at this. Look at this. We're gonna suck up a torpedo. That light cruiser actually managed to get on Roma. I don't think that maybe she evades it because I hit the brakes. I don't know that turning down the throttle like that did it. But there you go. You guys need to smoke it up. Shoot at him. And him. And what's going on with my heavies? What's going on is that they're not in a position to screen. My big girl. There we go. Torpedo hit. That ought to pretty much settle her hash. And I think we'll manage to avoid collisions here. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look at that. 18 jillion freaking torpedoes. None of whom can be evaded. Well, the heavies can. Roma? I just don't know. I just don't know. No, in fact, looking at this, her best bet's going the other way. Not anything for sure in that, but that's what it looks like to me. She's got to keep coming around to the right as hard as she can and see if she can at least comb. Because she missed those. She's going to get hit, I think. I don't know how to evade it. But maybe we can minimize the chance here. Come on. I'm getting interfaced to death here. Yeah, they're going to get some payback. Yeah, they're getting some payback big time. And now we get to watch and see how hard she gets hit. She's going to take one for sure. Well, how well does she react to that? Alright, Serena, you need to go that way. Santa Maria, you need to go that way. Roma is slowing down, taking engine hits. Nicely done, AI. Nicely done. You got a piece of me after all. Alright, you guys, this way. Alright, we got the heavy cruiser. These girls are coming back around hard, making their move on that destroyer. Heavies here are working over that light cruiser, and the battleships decide that it's angry at destroyers, which I can dig. I want you to shoot there with the secondaries. Should have been on HE a long time ago. Oh, she's in trouble. Yeah, this wasn't exactly a balanced fight, was it? But it's an interesting one. It would be a lot easier to do these in a way that makes sense. There we go. If we could lay down some serious parameters for what the AI builds. All right, that's torpedoes for the destroyers. That way. That way. So we could say, hey, you know what? I don't mind if you use 1940s technology or 1930s technology, but I want you to restrain the radar like this. I want you to keep the gun size down to that. Right now, the AI just does goofy things that are just, it makes it sometimes just not fun to come in here. Because you try to build what approximates a historical ship, which was built with a lot of considerations other than, hey, I got to fight this fight right now. Economic considerations, how much money I can afford to spend on this particular ship because I have other ships that have to be built. What kind of infrastructure do I have to be able to build the ships? Do I have, whoa, did I just barely look at that? I didn't even see those torpedoes. Ooh. Yeah. Do I even have, does the country have the docks to, the places to even build these ships? So I want to build a new class of ships, but I've got four docks, 4 slips, whatever you want to call it. Slip's probably not the right word, that can build those ships, and 3 of those are already eat up with construction that are, that's underway. And where are they positioned in the country? Where can there's all kinds of things that go into that. I don't pretend to be an expert, but this thing, the AI is going to build, the most powerful thing it can, and it ends up with these difficult to balance things. But what the heck? So it wasn't a desperate fight this time, like other fights have been. It was a little bit easier. That means it was just easier on my old ticker. Well, anyway, I'm glad I've done this. I hope you've enjoyed it. If there's something you want to see, let me know. I have a list of at least 2 other fights that need to be built based on what other folks have asked for. But I'm trying to keep up with it, so let me know. And in the meantime, as always, I do appreciate you watching, and I'll see you again real soon. Hey, thanks for watching. If you click on that picture of Very Young Waz, you'll be subscribed so you'll never miss another video. Then click on that bell notification button, and please share and comment. See you again soon.